It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get your skate every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Alrighty, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. It is a Thursday. A bird is on his way to get a tooth looked at. On top of everything else he's got to deal with pain-wise, now he's got a toothache.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, just one thing after another.
It sounds like there was something physical that happened. He got hit.
Yes.
And when you get hit on a tooth that had dental work done on it, you can jar that thing loose, and that can be a whole world of problems.
Yeah, so another little tune-up, so... He is on his way to go get that taken care of.
Pray for Jay Bird.
That's it.
We're going to be like Dolly Parton's sister and Justin Bieber's mom. Prayers for Bird.
Need to get our prayer warriors out there. That's right. Yeah, he's going to try to get himself Humpty Dumpty. He'll hopefully be back together again for Saturday night.
He will.
At the movie premiere.
He'll put it together.
Yes. Yeah, we'll do our best to get him there. I think he's going to be fine. So you'll see him in rare form on Saturday night. Looking all excited for that. Tomorrow we'll have a lot of questions. I know people still want to know a few things about the movie, so we'll address all that as we get ready for the big premiere at the Maltz Theater in Jupiter for Chat Room, the KVJ horror movie. That's going to be coming up.
It's going to be fun. Everybody's getting their costume together, so that's exciting.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. I know. I think we all got our costumes going. You're putting together your Cubert costume, Virginia?
I am.
Okay. Big stuff.
Hit some speed bumps, but I'm still going.
Now, one thing that we'd said on today's show, I know we're all excited for Halloween. Jean said, because I said, give me a holiday. And a couple of us said Halloween. She said, Halloween is not a holiday.
Oh.
Now, I get that. I understand what you're saying. Technically speaking. Because
speaking.
you have the holidays that the government recognizes. But then, I think, look at things where communally, as a country, we all kind of direct ourselves towards something and doing something, which to me, that's got like a holiday feel to it.
Yeah.
And I would put Halloween in the bucket of it's a holiday.
I hear what you're saying, but it's a holiday.
Yeah, you may not get off of work for it and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, for a lot of people, it's a big event. I mean, I remember in college, my college was known for their Halloween. And it was the entire week. And then they had a block party.
And this week, it's on a Friday night.
Right.
So we can get turned.
Yes. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll let KVJ TV decide. Is Halloween a holiday? You're a yes, Virginia?
I am a yes.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of a yes, too. I understand your technical complaint with that clarification. But, yeah, I'm going to go with it. So you can sound off right now if you're on YouTube. Let us know. Is Halloween a holiday or not? We're also debating a bit about the Taylor Swift numbers. 3.5 million copies of The Life of a Showgirl sold, and it's not even completed the entire week. It knocked Adele's 25 off the top spot. And I had heard that there were some rumblings about this. I imagine if Adele spoke to us candidly, she'd be a bit salty because how she achieved those numbers was selling acoustic versions, all kinds of collectibles, vinyls, all that stuff, which all counts ultimately to the total. But you're going to have Swifties that are going to buy 3 or 4 different versions.
And they did.
Of The Life of a Showgirl. And, that's going to imprint, and it counts. And so... with 25, I don't believe they had all the same kind of stuff that was released at the same time. So, yeah, we'll see. But some people sounded off like Kay. She said, I do think it's ridiculous that T Swift sells so many versions and the fact that people keep buying them, and I am a Swiftie. But, to her argument, she has found a way to make more money off people for the exact same thing.
I mean, it's genius. It's starting to get to be like, all right, but it's genius.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's changing the rules of the game. So you really can't compare her album release to anybody else's album release. It's a different thing.
Well, and one other person texted in and made the point that said, let's not forget with Adele's 25, you had to buy it to listen to it at first. You couldn't stream it anywhere. So she blocked it from being streamed. So she did kind of force hand. So a lot of manipulations happening. I just said, honestly, anymore, it happens too in some sports where you're looking at the totality of 100 years of records and they're being broken at a faster clip. And it's not necessarily that people are just that much better. The way that we now measure those same statistics is a little bit different, or something has changed. And so it's almost like it needs an asterisk to say it was in this era, not in that era.
But
yeah. And Marie said, even streaming numbers aren't really accurate because a lot of people download their playlists so that they can listen to them when they're offline. And that's true. I'm the same way. So I hear a song when I know I like it. And I've already grabbed the new Taylor Swift and put it in the playlist I'd listen to. You're right. It's not going to be getting any more streaming numbers for me because it's going to play out of my, iTunes playlists. So, all right, I'll check in here with Halloween. How you feeling on that? Is Halloween a holiday? 84% of people say yes.
yeah, see,
So whoever sent that to us, you're going to lose out on that one.
the people think it's a holiday.
Yeah, so it does play for a silly KVJ game.
It's the most fun. I mean, second only to Mardi Gras for drinking holidays.
Well, and Mardi Gras just being really quarantined to one city that celebrates to that level.
True. Okay, maybe Mardi Gras, St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day would
then Halloween.
Yeah. And then I think 4th of July is a massive drinking day as well.
Yeah, I got to be careful, though, because I also like fireworks. And
I hear you.
one of these times,
It's probably not the best combo.
I love my thumbs.
You do. Yeah.
So-
they are handy. I mean, it helps you hold a drink, right? Can you imagine trying to hold a drink without thumbs?
Oh, my gosh, Kevin, I can't. I don't want to live in a world without thumbs.
You might have to use your feet or just put your beer in a necklace.
I would never be. I do put my beer in a necklace. At
Yeah.
Mardi Gras,
I
have
think I've seen that. That's why I mentioned that. Yeah.
koozie on a rope.
Yes, I've seen that. Well, we were talking about beverages yesterday, and I had just seen there's just too many stories. I got to get away from the artificial sweeteners. And so I just finally said, okay, enough's enough. I've known it's been in the back of my head. There was just one more story that came out about how it's really worse than sugary soda and, the aspartames and all those kind of things I got to get rid of. And I made an easy adjustment yesterday. And I remember I had been drinking the Zevia. I don't know why I even kind of deviated, and it is a thumbs up. It comes from a leaf, stevia, the natural sweetener. It's not chemical. It's all kind of good. I think the soda's a slightly bit more expensive, of course, because they get people like me who's like, yeah.
Primo Kev paying that primo price.
Yeah. So I told my wife, I'm like, all right, no more Sprite Zeros or 7-Ups. If we're going to do it from now on out, it's got to be the Zevias. But I'm going to try some of the other ones. And I got to rethink how I feel about some of the energy drinks, too. I drink a Celsius without thinking about it, but I got to look at that can. I would imagine those are probably some chemically sweeteners that are helping that thing out. But I have to look. I don't know for sure.
The kidney doctor that was guiding Panda through passing his kidney stone
Yeah.
told him the energy drinks are a big factor.
Could see that. Yeah. I mean, I tapered
He
way
loves
down.
them.
Yeah. When they first came out, I was drinking like 6 a day. Remember they gave us the Red Bull and they had the Red Bull fridge? I'm like, I feel fantastic.
I'm flying.
Oh my God, I feel so good. My day just flew by. It's so much fun.
I'm productive.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. I was sleeping 10 minutes a day.
You should have a kidney stone.
You're right. Yeah, for those couple years. And then I realized, I'm like, okay, you got to slow it down, Haas. What are you doing? And Kimberly had said another soda-like option. You can try the Zevia. Yep. Ingredients are carbonated water, natural flavor, stevia leaf. Yeah, it's all good. It's a slight flavor difference, but the taste is pretty good. Yeah, it's not as good. I think that's what got me. I didn't like the flavor as much, but considering what I'm not getting, I'll take it. It's a good trade-off.
Have you just tried a basic bitch? Just take a thing of water and drop some fruit in it.
Yes.
You
It's
don't
not that
like
good.
it?
No, it's not enough. Just I need a little punch. It's kind of, you can kind of get it. It's almost like watered down fruit. It's kind of like lacking. I'm like, oh, it should taste more like watermelon or whatever you're doing with it. Cucumber.
You can put like any kind of fruit and lemon,
yeah.
and then it would taste better.
I've done it, and it's nice, but it's not, to me, it's not a satisfactory replacement for the soda flavors.
Because they got you hooked.
Well, and honestly, too, I just don't think I've tried something like that with the tequila, and I'm like, I walked away from it just like, I didn't like this ride. It's not a good ride for me. And I got an email here from Tomas, and he does the sparkling ice. It says 0 sugar with vitamins and antioxidants. You can get them at Publix. I've seen, I think
They're
other places have
skinny.
them.
It's a plastic bottle.
Yeah. Honestly, if I looked at that, kind of the same thing. I have a feeling that's probably got to have chemically sweeteners in it.
Yeah.
Would be my guess. I mean, I know, look, they get you with some key words. 0 sugar. I'm like, yes.
Ooh.
Vitamins, antioxidants. I'm like, how can I go wrong? And then, you start looking through it and you're like, all right, you see some of those chemical sweeteners in there. Now, Christina in Brooklyn had an email here because you had made the statement, Virginia, don't eat the chemicals you can't pronounce.
Yeah, sparkling ice. Got that sucralose,
Yeah.
potassium benzoate, maltodextrin.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you got to know which ones are the ones that you got to demonize. And I think the sucralose is on the bad list,
Gotcha.
if I remember right. I would have to look at that again, but I that's why I kind of backed off of that too. And they're delicious. They're really good. I love them. But yeah, I think it's going to have what I'm trying to get away from. So she said, I'm curious, would you recommend this food? I was looking at it. It's got sugars, glucose, fructose, sucrose, maltose, starch, glutamic acid, aspartic acid, histidine, leucine, lysine. What do you think about that?
Leucine, lysine.
Yeah.
What are these all ingredients of something that I drink or eat all the time?
I think when you look at all these kind of things, it is what is in a banana.
Oh, banana?
She said there are a ton of chemicals here I can't pronounce. However, this is the chemical makeup of a banana, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. There are no insecticides or preservatives listed above, just the natural chemical makeup of a banana. The advice of don't eat anything you can't pronounce is not good because the average layperson doesn't know enough to distinguish which chemicals are good for us and which are less ideal. Chemicals are all around us and are not to be feared. The concept of just trying to eat more whole ingredients and less processed food is much better guidance for a healthy lifestyle.
I agree with that.
Okay. So there you go.
I can pronounce banana.
That's it. Yeah. I guess it's when you unpack what exactly is making up that banana that a lot of unpronounceable words are thrown at you.
I don't got no microscope. Mm-hmm. I can't put the banana under the microscope. If y'all tell me an organic banana is now bad, I don't know what to do.
I just hate that it's so confusing. I used to trust the government, and it would be nice if they would step in on behalf of consumers. I don't know if I trust them to make the right decisions, but I wish I did. But I know they are really going after processed foods. California just has signed a bill for it. I know RFK is trying to do his thing. And so I would love to be able to trust all these people. It would be nice that if you buy something at a store, it's almost like it would be going, hey, man, caution. If you want to do it, good. You're going to have a cancer or something like that probably later in your life, but if you want it, go for it. And they'd be going, you have no fear.
Cancer puffs.
I'd like to go to the no fear section. Just, you know what? I'll buy everything in the no fear section. Just let me know what I got to be afraid of because I'm so confused and spun around at this point.
Yeah, because it's mixed in. Your cancer cereal is right next to the cereal that's good for you.
Right.
And you don't make it easy for us to know the difference. I mean, I think cereal, period, is bad. It's so processed.
Yeah, honestly. And you say that too. It's like, I don't know. Do you trust any cereal?
Exactly.
No, I don't.
What about grape nuts? Do I have to look sideways at those too? Because those are gross. And they're bad for me? Like, why the hell would anybody eat a grape nut?
Confidently, I don't know that there's anything that I consume that I feel 100% that it's all good because so many foods I believed in I thought were great for me. There's been a story about them. Like, nope, got to stop that. So
me and Denny's were talking this morning about I saw a TikTok video of this girl saying, oh, you can't get your coffee from the Keurig because it's hot water being added to a plastic cup of coffee, and it's melting those plastics and giving you microplastic flavored coffee.
Yeah.
Like, shit, I never thought about that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They got me again.
Yeah, I had kind of thought that through. And today, as I was making my coffee, as I do, I had a ceramic mug. and I felt so smart until I realized it had a crack in it and my whole coffee leaked all over the counter. I just can't seem to win. It's just,
Look at me. I got my leaky ceramic.
Look how smart I am. Lost half a cup of coffee. It was all over the counter.
It is not easy.
No, it's just, honestly, life's hard, Virginia.
It's throwing the curviest balls at me. And, balls aren't cute to begin with, much less curvy ones.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time.
No, there's a lot going on out there. I can't keep up on it. I really can't. Well, a couple things that you may want to know here. I thought this was interesting, some of the numbers on gamers. Who are gamers? What do you think the demos are? If you had to guess, men or women, what do you think the percentage is of female gamers, Virginia?
I think it's probably 70% men.
70 men, so you think 30% of the gamers are women?
Yeah.
Low on that. In the U.S., it's 52%. A majority of gamers in America are women.
Really?
Yep. Globally, it's 48, but anywhere on planet Earth, it's almost a 50-50. In the U.S., it's the majority.
Really?
Yes.
I am shocked.
I know. That's why I thought it was kind of a stunning number as well.
I guess I just don't run in those circles. It's all about who you know and what you do. Maybe I just don't get out much.
Another thing I thought was rather interesting, too, 22%, almost 1 out of 4 gamers are 65 or older. 1 out of 4. Now,
do you consider crossword puzzle doers gamers?
I don't think that's in the category because it would have to be, to me, a gamer is something that would have to be on a video game system. And what you're talking about with those things, that's either paper or you have an app that's like Wordle or something like that.
Huh.
So, that's a pretty solid number. But you think about it, and there are people probably over the age of 65 that have had video games almost their entire life. I was young when they first launched.
We were
old enough to remember when they came out with the Atari, and that was the first one. I would guess I was probably 6, 7, somewhere around there. So probably early 80s.
Denny's, do you believe this stat Kevin Ralston just threw at us that a big chunk of gamers are 60 plus?
22%, 65 or older. And in America, 52% of all gamers are women.
Yeah, so you got to take into consideration the phone games, too. A lot of people play games on their phones, and you also got to take into consideration online poker is also very big.
Now, that counts as a gamer? That makes you a gamer?
It's online gaming. It's all in the same category.
Okay.
But the phone games, think about how many people play phone games.
Oh, my father-in-law, who's in his 70s, he loves all the little...
Candy Crush.
Yep. He likes the card games. So he'll play hearts and the pokers and all that kind of stuff on his phone.
Does he play for real money or play money?
He just plays to get better. So when we play as a family, can kick all our asses.
I played the online poker with the fake money forever.
You do?
Yeah. Oh, I used to. I haven't done it in a while, but yeah, forever I played that. It was great. It's all fake money. You can play for real money too if you want to.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting number. I never would have guessed that. Virginia was saying she thought it was 30% were women.
Yeah, no, in modern era, lots of women play video games. There's lots of streamers that are, female gamers and stuff. So you guys think about streamers too. A lot of people stream video games. It's huge.
So what does that mean when you say you're a streamer?
So they play a game. It's kind of, you have a camera on you and you have a camera on the game, and they kind of just chat with you. You're sitting with them while they're playing a game. So whether you're into the game or the conversation around the game, a lot of people do that. In fact, people are so mad because video games have gone up in price over the last few years. And a lot of it's attributed to streamers because people are watching people play games and not buying them. So they had to raise the price of them.
Wow.
It was just that they're losing a lot of money to people streaming them. And it falls under a category where people are allowed to do it. It's not copyright. You can play a video game on a stream and people can watch it.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's caused a lot of issues.
This kind of makes sense when you're talking about the older gamers as well. 76% of gamers report cognitive benefits. And I could see that if I get to a point in my life where I'm worried about keeping my brain going and I got more free time, they say it helps reduce stress, improves problem solving, and strengthens social connections. That's some of the benefits of it. So really, the argument should be the older you get, the more video games you should be playing.
Absolutely. The brain's a muscle. and you got to work it out.
Yeah, it would be like a workout for your mind, gaming, doing all those things. So in our audience right now, KVJ TV, of the gamers, 56% are men, 44% are women. That's how it breaks down to us. But I think probably the story is it's higher than 30% about anywhere you go.
Fascinating.
What is the top video game of all time? Is it Mario Kart? You think
Hubert.
is that
So top video game of all time is pretty tough. I mean, I would say probably Minecraft might be like the number one out there. I'd say Fortnite is probably like a super top one.
Roblox,
it would have to. It gets a definite mention. It's those three got to be the top three, I'd imagine. If you're going with like games that aren't online community games like those, yeah, I'd say Mario. Like maybe Super Mario Brothers, the franchise. Super Smash Brothers is also very large. I'd say like your Call of Duties are big, your Maddens are big. Mm-hmm. Those would all be large.
So here's what it's telling me are the top selling. You didn't mention apparently what is number one.
Is it Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild?
It's not.
All right.
They're saying Tetris.
Top selling of all time?
520 million copies sold.
I mean, that makes sense. Every year they come up with an updated space-fied version of Tetris. It's still around, but I mean...
Well, and that would be one, that'd be good for the mind too, right? Because Tetris is all about fitting in things in a space and your brain has to be firing fast.
So that's too much geometry for me.
That's the top selling game of all time.
It's kind of close to math. I don't like it.
A little too hard on the mind.
Yeah.
So that's the number one selling game of all time right there.
Well, this is a quick ChatGPT pull up, but yeah, that's what it's saying. I just asked the best selling video games of all time with the rough figure sales, and it said Tetris at 520 million, and there's a big gap too. According to ChatGPT, at least, Minecraft would be 2.
So, yeah, Minecraft's giant. The only thing about Tetris I could think is when they came out with Tetris, Nintendo came out with the Game Boy, and they were really pushing it, and it came with Tetris. So every Game Boy that sold came with a copy of Tetris.
So it's almost like what we're talking about with the Taylor Swift.
That's what I'm saying. Is that an apples?
The numbers, yeah.
I mean, it's just tough. That's a tough call.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know the popularity's there now where people are buying that so much that maybe just over the years it's added up. But yeah, I'd say that maybe skews the number a little bit.
Yeah, because when you see numbers, you think it is because of fan popularity. They went out and sought just that thing. But like putting a U2 album on your phone when you buy it,
it skews it a little bit.
Big time, because that's not the reason why I got it. I didn't go out to seek out Tetris. It came with it. Maybe that does.
Well, so then you'd have to think
numbers.
Sonic the Hedgehog would be up there because it came with every Genesis. Super Mario Brothers came with every Super Nintendo. Like Duck Hunt would also came with every Nintendo. You think those games would also have to get a boost from that? I
think Atari, if I remember right, came with the game Defender.
That makes sense, yeah. They usually did come with one game. It was like whatever their flagship game was.
I think it was that.
Or Centipede.
No, I think it was maybe Asteroids and Defender.
Yeah, I mean, so Atari originally was arcade. These were all in the arcade. You had Centipede, Millipede, Defender, all that stuff. And then when they came out with the console, they ported a lot of those over. So, but that was published under the name Atari, the company Atari, which still makes games today.
They just have anything tight?
They don't make systems anymore. Yeah, they make a lot of stuff. It's not my favorite company, but nothing against them. It's just
what happens that you stop making hits. It's almost like AOL when that went. Like, how are you it? Like, that was the only thing. That was the whole standard. You owned the entire market, and you couldn't stay on top. Whereas Nintendo came not too far after that. Yeah. Nintendo, what, in the 90s? I would say probably.
So I think Nintendo 1 came out in 1982. The original NES, and they were a company before that since the 60s, I believe, making those little handheld, it was a Game & Watch.
And still relevant today, right, Nintendo?
Nintendo's big. It's a huge, huge company. The biggest downfall, I'd say, Sega. They were probably one of the biggest contenders. They had the Sega Genesis, the Sega Master System, 32X, Sega CD. I think what they did was they got too big, started getting too crazy, and then when they lost the market share, they came out with the Sega Dreamcast, which is the one that killed them. Mm-hmm. And I think it was because they were too ahead of their time.
Really?
Yeah.
Too ahead of their time.
So here's I think what ruined Sega was when they came out with the Dreamcast, nobody had had stolen copywritten material yet. To copyright an old cartridge game was difficult.
Okay.
But they came out CDs, and they didn't know that people were going to be able to rip CDs using CD rippers.
Okay, yeah.
And everyone bootlegged. There was no copyright protection on that system whatsoever because they never even thought that was a threat.
Oh, wow.
And it's one of the most copywritten, abused systems in history.
So then they are just losing money like crazy.
Somebody would buy one copy and make 500 prints of it.
Wow. And so you've paid to develop the game. You've had to pay for all that stuff. That's an investment. And then when you don't make that investment back because of piracy, it'll tank the company.
Yeah, and then Sony, they had PlayStation 1 at the time. And then when they came out with PlayStation 2, it came out with a blue disc. It was a blue-black disc, different from any other CD disc, and it was unburnable. So you couldn't rip their games. They learned from the downfall of Sega to make copyright protections.
How about that? That's why sometimes it is so tough to be the first into any field because you're the ones that are going to figure out the mistakes. Sometimes it's almost better to be the second.
It really is.
I'm going to swim behind this guy and just see when he gets gobbled up by a shark and be like, okay, I'll swim over here.
Funny thing was Sony was hired to make a disc-based Nintendo system. They got hired by Nintendo to make a system for them. Mm-hmm. And then eventually they got fired and told not to make it. And they go, well, damn, we invented this thing. Let's just release it ourselves, right? I mean, they're super relevant. And it was all because they were making something for Nintendo.
Oh, wow.
Nintendo kind of got screwed by that. Because when they were working with them and they were working with when a game company has to make a game for a system, they get an early copy, a prototype of that system so they can develop the software for it.
Okay.
And so they had been developing it and they worked with a ton of Nintendo-based companies. And when they switched to the CD-based, which could hold 700 megabytes, and old cartridges could hold like 32 megabytes, is a humongous difference. They all jumped ship to Sony, and it screwed Nintendo for a while. They actually got screwed because they hired them to make them the system, and then they stole all their people.
So they inadvertently created a competitor.
They did. Wow. It was, what was it, Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
It had cinematics and it had realistic music. Back then, it used to be MIDI.
Okay.
For the music, but they had
I do
actual.
remember that. Yeah.
It was like,
I remember that music. Yeah. Yeah, you can
Like
take popular.
Qbert.
Yeah, you can take like popular songs and run it through a processor, and it'll make your song MIDI.
Yes, an 8-bitifier.
Cool.
Yeah.
I do love
that's
that.
what screwed them. It was their competitor.
Wow, that's a great story.
Some of the other top ones, Grand Theft Auto 5 is number 3.
One of the best. What's crazy is games, the life cycle on them is much longer. The Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for over a decade.
Okay.
They just with the online capabilities, they just keep updating it.
Any idea? The next one's going to be about Miami, right?
Oh, it's going to be so good. Yeah, 2026.
2026, okay.
Yep, it'll probably be mid to late next year.
Okay.
And that is going to be the best game ever made.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of hype about that. I don't think it's just because we're in South Florida.
The map is dope. It's like a hyphenated version of Florida. Just like the key points. If you took like the key cities in Florida and just shrunk it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's huge.
So you can go to different cities, not just Miami?
Yeah, I mean, they got the Everglades in there, so you could probably go in and start catching some gators and
That's
snakes.
crazy.
Yeah, they got it all. Anything that was a pop cultural reference in the last 10 years is going to be in this
With
game,
Florida.
especially with Florida. Florida Man's
That's
big.
cool.
Florida Man's making it into video games now. You'll
Yeah.
see, because I mean, a lot of
I
these
can see
developers
that.
will hear about
Florida
how
Man's entertaining as hell.
It
That's what it is.
It really is. Those Florida Man games, they look fun. Run from a Cop. I watched about 10 minutes of those yesterday, and that is a funny competition.
It's over the world because, I think Florida's laws allow us to release all the criminal activities of Florida. So other countries and stuff see this, and they've been influenced by the Florida Man. So you start seeing them in video games now.
We are crazier than everybody else, but yes, you're right. We're well publicized too.
Yes, that's the difference.
we got good PR.
Well, and then you got Grady Judd, who's doing press conferences on guys ramming thermoses up their ass.
Yes.
That travels.
Well, yeah,
It does.
not every state's allowed to release that stuff like we do in Florida.
Yeah.
We release like everything, 911 calls, everything.
So if you jam a thermos in your ass, don't do it in Florida. Go to another state.
Yes.
Ironically, ass thermos travels.
Yeah. Wii Sports number 4.
Again, that came with the Nintendo Wii.
Right, so
came
it's
with the
almost like
system,
those
and
are rigged numbers.
And that's the one that kind of revived Nintendo's career.
And that's way down. That's down, it says, at 83 million. Then you got PUBG Battlegrounds.
Yeah, pub battleground player unknown. That one is what, again, it's never pays off to be first. That the people of Fortnite took that game and just made it more cartoony and for kids.
Okay.
And it blew up. but it's the exact same game. You know what I'm saying? Like they just took the idea and made it more Pixar, kid friendly, and it sold much better.
Then they got a Mario Kart in here, Deluxe, 70 million copies. I've heard of that. And then Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ooh, probably one of the best games ever made right there.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of interesting just when you really think about it. Gaming is not what you would expect sometimes. I think a lot of times people think it's just young high school kids or whatever doing it. But yeah, when you look at the demographics and exactly who gamers really are and why, it makes perfect sense.
I actually think it's the perfect format because the one complaint I always had about movies, I used to be a huge movie buff, was that you get a 2-hour movie, whatever, you watch it, you're done, you can rewatch as much as you want. But if you watch a TV series, you can extend out. Basically, you're getting a movie that lasts 10 hours, 14 hours, whatever it be. Mm-hmm. Video games are even better because not only are they longer, they have equally as good of stories and sometimes even more abstract stories than people are way too afraid to take risks in TV and movies now.
You're right. So
they pick something that works and they rarely deviate. Video games are way more likely to stray from that, but also you're in control of that character. It attaches you to them. It creates a bond. So when things happen to them, it physically makes you feel different about it than watching somebody on a television show. I feel like you get a little bit invested.
It's a massive business. It's kind of crazy just how big it's become.
Yes, and I remember the World of Warcraft, that game was huge. It's still pretty big, but they have teams of psychologists. Like you guys talk about it all the time with brain hacking and stuff. I mean, this has been going on for 20 years, but they had psychologists design that game to what's the drip? What's the morphine drip that will keep you coming back?
The pleasure center.
Yeah, right.
Despite the fact that this is the same game you've been playing for 10 years, you know?
Right.
It's like, so they cracked the code.
Yeah.
And then I think a lot of people crack the code by now.
Yeah, it's kind of scary just how they've used psychology and technology together, and they've made us slaves.
Oh, yeah. This is my favorite month for games, too, October. It's when all the scary games come out.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite genre.
All right. Well, there you go. If you're a gamer, it's a big day for you. Tomorrow's going to be a big day for slasher movies. We're going to be all about the KVJ horror movie that you're going to be able to check out in just like 48 hours, something like that.
Yes, we're so excited.
It is on deck. So tomorrow's going to be all about that horror movie.
Sold out.
That's right, baby. So you guys enjoy your day. We'll see you back here to kick off the weekend on the Friday KVJ show. Goodbye.